Yeah, because there's a sense of I can't do that, and therefore I suck, or I'm less, or I'm worse. And for those folks that are new, the I suck is our shortcut for all the ways you're mean to yourself. Right, that's just our shortcut way of saying it. We could go into long, long explanations every time, but we don't have time. So we just say, I suck, which means I never had that kind of body. Why didn't I have it? You know, blah. Why can't I just change my body by twinkling my nose? You know, all those things. I suck is our shorthand for that. So there's this sense, and it does fit in with, you know, John's thing is, you guys get wrapped up in preconceived notions, and your example of this man dancing is a perfect example of that. Like, wow, look at him. If I look like him, I could do other things in my life, and somehow I suck because I didn't look like him, or I don't look like him, or I can't look like him. And there's all this preconceived notions of what happiness, what joy, what it would be like if you had a body like that, because of course you don't know. You can imagine what it would be like, but you don't know. Would you be you if you had that kind of body? No, because you would have walked a different path. So there's all this stuff, and there's lots of it, that you guys get caught up in, that's really the distraction that keeps you out of these higher states that you're looking for, right? The higher state would be, I want to take this body that Richard has and have extrasensory experiences or ascension experiences with it, right? High vibrational, homo spiritus, ascension experiences with this body. And a distraction from that desire, a distraction from that goal, a distraction from that path, let's say, is the familiar suffering, the habituated I suck of looking around and seeing someone and thinking, if I had their body, I could do it, meaning I can't do it in this body. If I had what he has, or if he would give me what he has, going back to the Guardians and the Visionaries, right? It's a nice tie-in. The idea that something outside of you that you can't or don't have
and can't change
means you suck. And therefore you can stay in familiar suffering, you can stay in stagnant, you can stay in small because, well, I don't have that. Whether it's I don't have a partner, I don't have money, I don't have the body, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. All those things that you have decided are required in order for you to walk the ascension path and the way you preconceived notion believe you should. Right?
So is there a...
Yes, let's get out. And so now that we've established what you do, let's get the hell out of that.
Well, and like a handle for it, or a...
Yeah. The idea that, well, we could call it the if I hads, right? The if I hads. If I had a partner, money, body, smarter, taller, shorter, whatever you think if you had, right? If I had, I would then. Like for John. If I had somehow figured it out, then I wouldn't feel like I'd spent 30 years in this god-awful life. There's like this missing, there's a missing piece that you guys think is missing. If I had a blank, then I would have not been stuck in Homo sapiens and I would be Homo spiritus. Or if I had a blank, then I would be further along on the ascension journey like you're talking about. If I would have, if I could have, if I had a. Well, the thing is that space, that middle empty space is why we're here with you. Because this isn't a light switch project. If it were a light switch project, we would have done it a long time ago and been bored and been on to something else. This isn't a light switch project.
Right.
This isn't a light switch project. And, you know, overachieving light workers want to go fast, fast, fast and think that the destination is the journey. And that's not it. You're not here to be at the end because there is no end. So the sooner you make friends with the idea that you're here for step by step, the better off all of you will be. And we know every single person we've talked to that have settled into the idea of step by step has expressed gratitude to us. When they say, oh, that step by step thing, that's really working. When you remember to do it, when you let go of, I have to be in the end result, I have to already have had, remember this whole thing we did about success? We talked about it for weeks. I have to be in success so I know it all works out. And that's why we say it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you because you're step by step having the experience. And when you lose sight of step by step, when you lose sight of step by step and you try to project that you're in the end, Or when we had the matriarch circle, you know, we had the stepping stones. When you project, that's the stepping stone I have to get to no matter what. You forget that you change each step. Each step you make changes who you are. You become someone else who might have different goals and desires. You put the cart before the horse in that way, and that's really not healthy. So this is a good example. You caught yourself. You recognized, oh wait, it's not about if I had that body. It's about I'm in this body now. And can I be an appreciation of his journey while still appreciating mine and not equating appreciation of someone else's with comparison, and then it means I suck. Instead, it's appreciation of him. And then you know what happens is you can match energy to what you appreciate rather than match energy to I suck, which is looking for lower vibrational aspects of yourself to match energy with instead of matching energy with appreciation of what you're witnessing in another that feels high vibrational. Yeah. Yes.
And I have